I've decided to do a video documentary of my life and the places I've lived here in Springfield, so forth. Won't be able to do the places I've lived in Kansas City or in Alton, but we'll just start with this, okay? First thing we're going to start with is Farm Road 84. If you can see that or not. There it is. I lived here. This is the first place I ever lived. I guess the place I was born, on this Farm Road 84 out north of Springfield. Tiny little house up here. Pretty sure I can recognize it. It's been quite a while. That little house right there is the one that I was born in. And right next door, probably my biggest memory was Mr. and Mrs. Womack, who lived right here. Yeah. I remember Mr. Womack had Indian artifacts that he'd dug up on his farm. And it's kind of also the first place that I ever knew that I liked animals. He had some cows, and so yeah, that's most of my memories from there. Okay, here's the next place on the journey down memory lane here. This is the house I lived in on Delaware Street. The carport used to have a lot of trees in back, a lot of fruit trees, kind of an orchard. I don't know if that's there anymore. But 2439 North Delaware is the address here. And used to be a big sycamore tree right over there, but there's doesn't appear to be one anymore. I think I cut it down to build those houses there. But and they've put on a small addition here. It was a small house. I'm pretty sure my dad laid that concrete pad there. And so yeah, anyway, this is, I think I lived here probably at least a couple years. I went to kindergarten over at the church, so I would have been 5, and probably lived here when I was 4 and 5. But I know I moved by the time I was in 1st grade, because I went to 1st grade at Pittman. All right, okay, so now we're coming up on 1144 South Gelvin. It's changed a lot. Still a brick house. But yeah, lived here for about 5 years. It was a pretty nice place. Still is. Big trees gone from the corner of the yard. Used to have a cottonwood there. But still just a single little garage. But he's built kind of a nice canopy over it. Nice place. Okay, well, next is these apartments that we moved into after we moved out of the 1144 address. They're looking pretty run down right now. They used to be called something else. Now they're calling them Tanglewood Apartments. But no, they were named something else back then. Southern something. But anyway, yeah, right there in the corner is where we lived. We moved here. My mom and dad and me and my brother. And it wasn't very long after we moved here, and my parents divorced. So that's always a stick-out memory. There used to be a big flower garden out here where I'm standing, but it looks like they've moved that. So anyway, yeah, here it is, 1110 South Bruce. I remember living here. The house, we didn't live here very long. The house used to be yellow, and I remember mowing the yard and stuff here. It wasn't a very big house. Okay, here it is, 1159 South Willow Lane. This was a brand new house when we moved in, and my mother got it through a housing program through HUD, I guess. But it was 3 bedrooms, had a bath and a half. Was not a big house, but you know, it wasn't too bad. Looks like they put a metal roof on it, a new metal roof. Trees have just grown huge here, but yeah, lot of memories here. This is started going to junior high about the time I moved in here, so that would have made me about 12, 1972. Okay, next on the list here is 2649 Hillsboro. I lived here for 4 years. Probably moved here when I was in 8th grade, and through the 11th grade in high school. A lot of stuff happened here, that's for sure, you know. But that's it. That's the house.